Welcome to this demonstration video on operationalizing off-premise orders. In this video, we will demonstrate what happens when a guest places an order on the Harvey's app. We will review the restaurant flow on how orders appear in restaurant and how to prepare them, and we will demonstrate what happens when the guest picks up their order in restaurant and in drive-thru. The Harvey's mobile order and pay app is available for guests to download through iOS and Android devices. Once the app is downloaded, the guest will need to enter the following information to set up the order. First off, the guest will need to select a Harvey's location for pickup. The app will automatically populate with locations that are close by to where the guest is situated. The Show More button will list all restaurants located within the area of the guest. Locations can be viewed on a list or on a map. After the location has been selected, the guest will then need to indicate how they'll be picking up their order. The guest will have the option to pick up their order in store or at drive-thru. The final step in the order setup process will require the guest to indicate when they will be picking up their order. The guest can select if they want the order now or later on in the day. If the order is placed for now, the order will immediately be sent to the selected restaurant. If the later option is selected by the guest, they will need to indicate what time later on they want to pick up their order. Selecting a time for later on in the day is referred to as a future order. Future orders can only be placed for the same day. Once the order setup information has been entered, the guest will be able to follow a few steps to order and pay for their purchase through the app. Methods of payment that can be used on the app are Visa, MasterCard, Amex, gift cards, Apple Pay, and Scene Points. Once the guest pays for the order on the app, their confirmation screen will display the Harvey's in a Hurry mobile pickup here sign. This is the same sign that is in restaurant, which will help the guest on where to go once they get to your restaurant. Once the guest places their order on the app, their order will automatically be sent to the restaurant. The order will show up in restaurant on 3 different devices: the Kitchen Chit, the Frontline Garnish KDS, and the Kitchen KDS. Let's start with reviewing the Kitchen Chit in detail. The Kitchen Chit will print at the POS on the front line. All orders placed on the mobile app will be labeled with pickup. The next section of the chit indicates payment information. This includes the method of payment, the amount of the order, where the order will be picked up, in dining room or at drive-thru, and the time that the guest will be picking up their order. Below the payment information is the guest information. This includes the guest's name, which will also appear at the top of the Kitchen Chit, the guest's contact number, and the guest's order history. In this example, the guest has placed 34 orders. This number represents total lifetime orders. The next number indicates the number of orders placed within 12 months. The last section of the chit is the order information. This includes an e-order check number. The first 8 digits is the date of when the order was placed, and the last 7 digits is your restaurant number and the number of orders placed through the app. Below the e-order number are the menu items ordered by the guest. This will also include any sides, drinks, and garnishes ordered. The item number shown here in this example indicates how many burgers, sandwiches, and wraps are in the order. Once the order has been prepared for the guest, the Kitchen Chit must be placed on the takeout bag. As the Kitchen Chit prints at the POS, it also appears on both the Frontline Garnish KDS and the Kitchen KDS. The Frontline Garnish KDS functions the same way as the drive-thru KDS and the Kitchen KDS. The Frontline Garnish KDS will display all mobile orders and aggregator orders. The information displayed on the Frontline KDS will include the details of the order, including the garnishes. Previous orders can be recalled by simply pressing the recall button. And once an order is ready to be picked up by the guest, pressing the bump button will send a notification to the guest, letting them know that their order is ready for pickup. Now let's take a look at the Kitchen KDS. As mentioned earlier, all mobile orders will appear on the Kitchen KDS the same time the Kitchen Chit prints at the POS and appears on the Frontline Garnish KDS. These orders will appear in sequence with all other orders on the screen. The information displayed on the Kitchen KDS will include grill and fryer items only. Now that we have an understanding of how orders appear in restaurant, let's review how to prepare the orders. Preparing orders require the cashier, the garnisher, and the kitchen associates to ensure orders are prepped in a timely manner. Once the Kitchen Chit prints and the orders appear on the Frontline Garnish KDS and the Kitchen KDS, here's what needs to happen. The cashier will take the printed chit and place it on the chit rail located between garnish station 2 and 3. The frontline KDS will also display the same order. When the order appears on the kitchen KDS, the kitchen associates will prepare the order. When the order is ready to be garnished, the garnisher prepares the order as it appears on the kitchen chit and the frontline garnish KDS. Always follow the packaging standards poster when preparing orders to ensure the proper bags are used and the right amount of condiments are packaged with the order. Provide the cup to the guest if your restaurant has a self-serve pop station. This will avoid having someone leave their position. Or, pour the drink for the guest if your restaurant has a pop station behind the counter. Once the order is wrapped, the garnisher numbers the burgers as itemized on the kitchen chit. Once the order is ready and placed in a takeout bag, the garnisher will fill out an order sticker. Using a highlighter, the garnisher will check off all items on the chit. This will eliminate missing items while packaging the order. The kitchen chit is then placed on the takeout bag using the order sticker. The order is then bumped from the frontline garnish KDS, and the guest is sent a notification through the app letting them know that their order is ready for pickup. The garnisher will then place the order in the designated pickup area or in the hot holding thermal bag. Your restaurant has the ability to change pickup times on the mobile app when the restaurant is busy. This option can be made on the POS and can only be changed by 5-minute increments up to a maximum of 15 minutes. Orders that are placed at your restaurant can be placed as soon as your restaurant opens, and orders can be placed 15 minutes prior to your restaurant's closing hours. And all mobile orders received at the restaurant will automatically close on the POS after 30 minutes, which means the cashier does not need to tender the order on the POS. Throughout this video, we've demonstrated how the Harvey's mobile app works. We've shown you how the orders appear in restaurant, and we've walked through the in-restaurant flow when preparing an order. Now let's demonstrate the pickup order flow in restaurant and at drive-thru. Mentioned earlier, the guest will have the option to pick up their order in store or at drive-thru. Let's take a look at the guest flow when an order is picked up in restaurant. When the guest walks into your restaurant, they should look for the sign and go to the designated pickup area. The guest will likely inform the associate that they are picking up a mobile order. Prior to the associate handing the order over to the guest, they should always verify that the pickup is for the right person. Now let's look at the guest flow when an order is picked up at drive-thru. When the guest drives up to the drive-thru lane, they will be in queue with all other cars in line. When they get to the drive-thru speaker, the guest will likely inform the associate that they are picking up a mobile order. The order taker at the drive-thru will then ask the guest for their name to type into the POS. When the guest pulls up to the drive-thru window, the associate should verify the guest's order, then retrieve the order from the pickup area and hands it to the guest at the drive-thru window. This concludes the demonstration video. If you have any further questions, please contact your business development manager.